Okay, so another early morning. Um, I think 3 o'clock is just my new get up time, I guess. I don't know. Uh, it is weird because I just wake up and then I'm just like awake and I'm just laying there and laying there. It's like, oh my God, what time can it be? It's the worst though when I get up and it's like 1:30. So, but now at 3, when I'm just laying there and laying there, it's like, oh, how long am I gonna lay here? Till 4 or 5 and just lay here? I could get up and crochet. Get up and watch TV, do something. Um, so, anyways, I don't know. For now, I guess just my bedtime is 8:30 to 3 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully, continues at least getting that much sleep because I still feel kind of like tired, even though I've got to really get it in my head like, okay, you're not tired, you're fine, you're functioning. Don't get in your head like, oh, I haven't had enough sleep, I'm so tired. I'm not going to make it through the day. Because we get like that. And it's all coming from us telling ourselves that story. So I'm trying to, change that story. Tell myself, power through. You don't need sleep. So, anyways, there's a few things I want to say. Weirdly, like this keeps happening to me over and over, and I know it's got to be happening to other people, but like something. Well, yesterday I talked about. I started watching that show, and the thing that kept sticking out to me so much was about judgment, and in particular, this had a lot about cheating and stuff. But my mind always goes off in this whole direction of, like I just can see things in a more broader sense or something. And so it was showing this different stuff, which in the show, I was thinking, see, this is just what it is for stories. Like they're telling our stories, our soul journey stories. They're telling them to get an emotional response, but they are misdirecting. Like I like to watch true stories because, it gives you more of a true sense of what people go through. Because in a, Hollywood version of these stories, the girl comes in the house and the lights won't come on and she hears a noise in the basement. She looks around for a freaking flashlight, goes in and gets a big butcher knife, and then goes wandering down the hall to go to the basement stairs. I mean, that's the Hollywood of what people do. And sadly enough, there's people who watch it in a movie and think, oh, that's a good idea. That's what I'll do, you know. So, but I mean, that's where we were. That's what was happening. That's where we were headed. Everybody just jumping off the cliff, one after another. But that's why the shift occurs, is to take us back the other direction, and you have to see the truth. So, anyways, in the movies, I've just been noticing so much about how this is our stories that they're telling, of what each soul goes through when they come in here. And some of these ones I was watching yesterday was really cool because it was showing a lot deeper perspective. And I thought, that's really good. That's the kind of stuff we need to go into, quit guiding us on this ridiculous, stereotypical, farce of a future that they create of to direct us. It's just ridiculous. But when we really tell each other stories and you really get the heart and soul of how people make decisions and how they move through life, it helps us all. You know, it's like in the water when a boat is going a direction. When the creation of a map, so you know which, oh yeah, this was a good route. Even on when around here, all the what are those things called? They're paths. People go walk on them all the time. I can't think of what they're called, but we have a lot of them up here in the mountains, because it's by a ski resort. And a lot of those people who like to go out and walk in the woods, I'm not one of those people. As soon as I get like I can go across the street from where we live and right away is you're a forest, right? And there's signs that don't go in there and stuff, but as soon as you start going and you start getting, and it's more quiet in the forest, and you start hearing like limbs break, you start feeling the eyes on you and stuff. Yeah, I get way too tuned into what's happening there. But in those paths or whatever they're called, you know, they can go deep in. A lot of people are really into that. Like my one husband, long, long time ago, one of the husbands, he loved to go and do that. And before he got married, he did it all the time. And he would run across a bear or something. And we would be going, we go, oh, let's go camping. Let's go walk on one of those paths or whatever they're called. And, but everybody, you know, telling the kids, be really quiet. You got to be quiet so we can find a bear or something. I was like, what? No, make noise. We don't want to find a bear. Like, you've got children with you now. This isn't Mr. Adventure Time. What the hell? Oh my God. So yeah, like the trauma. I don't like the past, whatever they are. But why was I going off on that little tangent? Okay, let's see if I can get back to where I was. So, anyways, in these movies and stuff, you know, it does show our real story. And when we get these kind of, it's like maps through life, you know, it shows us all the paths, you know, because it's like people tell their story, and it's like putting up bumpers at the bowling alley, you know, because it shows us where's it in, what happens if we go this direction, what happens if we go that direction. And it you know, it helps us all grow when we tune into that kind of energy. And so all of these different stories that it was showing, that was really standing out to me, how much, you know, this is just different souls' experiences. And then I was really thinking about how much, you know, we all judge story. You know, I was thinking about this whole thing, and then it started showing about that in the show. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Then my daughter called me, and she wanted to share something that she just thought was so funny. She was just cracking up, and she's like, wants me to sit down and go through it with her. And I can't see. My kids are always like trying to show me pictures and stuff on the phone. And I can't see. Sometimes I'll try and pull in, you know, so I can make it real big. And I was like, don't touch it. Someone will know. Like, if you touch it, it could signal them or something, you know, might signal a like, and they'll know I looked. I don't know. There's so much silly social media etiquette. It's just silly. But anyways, I can't see shit. And so she wanted to show me, so I was still hearing it, this TikTok thing that's going on. And I guess it's huge. I guess it's a viral situation. But it was someone, and it's on Facebook too. It's on everything because everybody's just latched onto this. But it was exactly what I was talking about. It's so nutty. When she sent me this, I was just like, oh my God, I just finished talking about this right on my thing. It was so crazy. But this just keeps happening. You know, I'm talking about something and it will just come to, it's weird. Like, you know, the manifest, if you want to look at it as a manifestation or something, like whatever your energy, you're pulling it towards you so fast. And so in this weird TikTok battle or whatever this drama is, no, marketplace, you know, that's a Facebook, one of their pages you can join. It's like what Craigslist used to be. It's all people selling stuff around you. And so this is a small town, and this woman has a post about a stroller or something. And so the girl who starts talking in the comments, this is in the comments on Marketplace, like it seems like this can't be real. And she starts talking to this woman, and the two are the one who starts saying stuff to the lady who's selling it is the lady who's selling it is the grandma of her child, and the woman's son, who's the parent, who's the partner, is in jail. I don't know to what degree, like prison, long term, I don't know what it is. But now she's pregnant, but she's been pregnant since he went in because they have, oh my gosh, this goes into such, oh, it goes in so deep on personal stuff. They're just putting right out there on Marketplace, like no boundaries, no boundaries. And so they're having this total like, oh my gosh, the stuff that they are saying, and they don't know how to spell and stuff. And so in the comments, people just go mad. They go crazy. Everybody's jumping in, getting involved. Now people are getting like t-shirts made for which team they're on this battle is happening. And the mom says the girl is cheating with everyone in the town, and that's not her grandchild. She wants a DNA test. And so every time they keep posting on Marketplace, like then the girl wants someone to make her a gender reveal cake. And then this grandma goes in and starts in on it. It is weird. It's so weird. It's like, why are you even following each other? You're so triggered by each other. But they're creating this huge thing, but everybody is latched on. Everybody's got comments. Everybody's got stuff. I mean, you got TikTok people who are making their whole channel about this drama. And there's a whole new page open to give updates and stuff. So, but people, I mean, it's like the Tiger King of 2022, you know. My daughters told me this stuff. I'm just like, this is like Tiger King. And I couldn't believe how so many people got so worked up about Tiger King. And I know I've talked about this before, because what people kept talking about was the people. And that's what they're doing about these people. Like, they're just ignorant. They're making fun of the way they talk, the way they spell, just their weird drama. I mean, it's very judgy. It's all about judgment. It's got all the cheating. It's got all of the drama. It's got all the people latching on. It's got all the social media. It's got everything that I had been talking about. I was like, oh my God. Like, that is so crazy. But then just for the rest of the day, it just continued to just be everything I would turn on. It would be, you know, giving me some sort of message and stuff. So anyways, you know, that was kind of going all yesterday. I was just kind of fascinated by that. And then this morning, oh, and, you know, the neighbor came over, you know, a local girl, and she's one that I had met when I went and did that chakra class. This was the other person. It was me and her and this like shaman lady. That's how limited it is here. I mean, like if we were in, you know, Mount Shasta, or there's a lot of places in Arizona, there's a lot of places in California, who knows, they're, I mean, they're destroying everything. So, you know, and they want to push the spiritual, you know, they want to crush that. They want science to be the God, because they control and manipulate it. But so you know, they're squashing spiritual communities. I think probably trying, but I think that it's out of control. There's no way. There's so many, but here, yeah, ours is very limited. I think in Bellingham, if you went, you know, there's a couple of spiritual stores, and you know, if you went there all the time, I'm sure you'd meet like a pocket of people. But yeah, here it's just very you know, that Goomba, like, tell me what to do. I'm just focused on what I'm supposed to do. Where's my red dot? So, then, oh, what was I going to say? I can't remember. Oh, okay. So she had come over to bring her puppy, because it's the same kind of dog as Stella. And so we were out there, her and her husband, and Stella didn't really want to play. I think it's just that she's so sore and getting up. She was very intrigued by this little dog, but I was like, I don't think my solution to Stella being lonely or anything would be to get her a puppy. She was kind of just like, hey, get over, kind of almost knocking me over, like trying to get in my space too. I think it's kind of like in dog language, in dog world, is more like, this is my mom. Stay away, this is my mom. Better get back. This is my mom. Because I've seen it when other dogs have come in, because there's something about my energy they get drawn to, and so they all want to be like up on me and stuff. And Stella gets very, what is that? Not traditional, that's not the right word at all. Very, well, you know, like, this is my space, like, this is my bed, this is my choice, this is my mom, kind of that energy. And I think that is a thing, because I see what the dogs do. And when one, especially when they get super bitchy, like how Trixie and Millie both got with Stella, they will start going and getting right on me and then looking at her like, try something, bitch, just try something. And I think a lot of it is a female alpha thing. But yeah, Stella's very protective of me like that. Like, she doesn't want these other dogs thinking they, like, I start petting the puppy and Stella was just like right away, like, what? Don't you and gets all emotional. Oh. Um, but anyway, so when she came, it was really cool. I didn't even know she was a nurse too. And she told me some stories about Peace Health, the hospital here that I've already said, is wackadoo. The ER doctor who's Bob believes in science, who's got this and the shield and everything all. Oh my God, dude. Are you freaking kidding me? I've been having a lot of good conversations with my daughter. A lot of not good conversations, just kind of me dropping seeds or something, maybe a little water. But the fact that, we have a class action lawsuit if this is all it took for us to never get sick. But also that, working at the hospital, you have to be taking care of yourself all the time. You're being exposed every single day of your life to you don't even know what. And a lot of times, like when I was working on the cancer ward, those people are so, so sick. Oh my God, they are so sick. And working there is where I got my sickest. Because they have their immunity is so weak, so they get stuff and it just attacks them. So the germs they're putting out, and this is where the mask thing would be, where we would use the mask, but it was to protect them. There was nothing, the only protection we really had from stuff was to take care of ourselves. And it's funny because you go in a hospital and, you see a lot of big fat nurses and respiratory therapists out front smoking like crazy and stuff. But that's an internal, that's an internal thing. Some people just don't care about themselves very much, or they're misguided, or they don't know how to love themselves and how to take care of themselves because it's all been misguided for our lives. So, there's a lot that has to get cleaned up. But yeah, our hospitals that were here to save us, they were not the pillar of health. And so she was telling me some horror stories while she worked there. It was like, oh my God. Yeah, well, like one of them, a nurse microwaved blood to do a transfusion. When it comes, it's frozen. You got to let it, you got to hang it, thaw it. And there is, a thing when you have a trauma or something, there's emergencies where the blood's got to go boom like that. And, sometimes they'll hang up a whole bunch of bags and they're all going in at once and stuff. And that's why, because I worked in the lab too when I was going to nursing school. And, we were the one who managed the blood and dealt with the blood banks and stuff. And so some of the blood is frozen and some of it's not. But I don't know. I mean, if you go and take frozen blood cells, packed blood cells, and you take them up there or something, and then you're not there to do it real quick. You got to let it thaw out. You can't, there's a process. You don't put it in the microwave. That's a live stuff. You just cooked it. And what microwave? Is it the lunchroom microwave? Like, where's this microwave at? You don't have microwaves in the nursing station. It's like you don't even have food around. I mean, working in the hospital, you are just, everything is germs, Everything is germs everywhere. And, yeah. And they don't hand you a blue thing as you walk in the door. Here is your safety net for the day. Make sure and change it once an hour because it's going to be full of everything that you are coming out of your mouth and nose. It's like, I mean, they just don't even give people the full picture. But when I was talking to my daughter, I did get an opportunity. I've got a lot of opportunities to say a lot of stuff. But, that is how people take care of themselves. Because she thinks because she does these things that's protecting her. And, they're all sick. And I said, that is not protecting you. That is where people have got to stop thinking, oh, all I need is this. All I need is this. I'm good to go. This does nothing. This makes you walk around like I've got a big red dot on my head. Look, I don't think for myself. Look, I don't think for myself. I'm just here to make everyone happy, and I don't mean it in a mean way because they think for themselves, but they don't consider both sides. They're just being, the one that is coming at them the strongest. That's the one that they're going to go with, you know? And it is just, it's a brain trap. They've got their brains trapped on the narrative. And so, or the consciousness, it's holding on. So anyways, I got some good chances to tell her a lot of stuff about, you know, this is about taking care of yourself. When I worked at the hospital, I had to be at my optimum health-wise. I'd have been sick all the time. And all of this stuff I brought home that you were building your immunity up to, that is what it's all about. You know, you have to be able to go out and breathe little bits of germs as you pass, but the air's not full of germs. Germs can't live in air. They have to have what germs can live in. Just because a germ can fly through the air, you could be in the room like with somebody, and this is where they're manipulating the information. So say you went into the room at the hospital and the person's illness is airborne. They know how far a distance it can fly. So, you know, you can walk in the room and that person's sick as fuck. And you can talk to them like they're laying in their bed. You walk in the room and you're standing at the end of the bed. All of them are different, whatever. But you're standing there. You're still not just in their germs. You know, they can cough or sneeze or whatever, and their germs can go a certain distance, fall to the ground. If you're in that distance, when that occurs, okay, that germ can get on you. The germ can get on your face. Then you could go up and do that and then wipe your lip and then, you know, all that stuff can occur. But when that stuff is occurring, you're getting little bits of germs too. It depends on your immunity. It depends on how sick that person is. It's all like it's all like science. It's how much is in each hand. That is what will make the difference, you know. If they could be really sick, and if your immunity is the strongest. When I got super, super sick on the cancer floor, I had just gotten in a surgery, so my immunity was trying to, you know, take care of myself for the surgery. And I had just taken care of this guy who was, I don't know, he could have been like a week from death. He could have been days. He was so sick, I'd never seen anybody so, well, I saw a lot of super, super sick people on the cancer ward. It's fucked. It's so fucked. That is the worst. And so when you know, there's about to be a big uptick in that, because that is what they were putting in, was to destroy people's immunity and to attack their weak points and stuff, because they're thinning the herd. So anyways, so I, you know, got to make that point to her, you know, like, this is on you. This is on you taking care of you. And everybody has become reliant on somebody else taking care of them. Just pop a pill. Just, you know, get one of these and, you know, you're fine. And that's bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. So, when I was talking to her, you know, and she quit being a nurse. I got forced out of it. She quit because it was just disgusting her. There was a lot of stuff that was just like, this is not my thing. And it is. It's not what people think. Being a nurse is not what people think. It's fucked. It's a fucked up job. And, you know, when you go in, you will meet some shitty ass. Well, the whole system's ending, so it doesn't even matter. We don't even need to talk about it. I don't know why they're even, like, expanding the hospitals and stuff. Like, they want to keep taking us in a certain direction. But, you know, their evil ways and doings are going to, you know, implode them. Because that's their energy. It's their energy they're taking, and that things have to go back into balance. That's just the way of the universe, you know? So they, but I got really excited because she told me about the Airbnbs around here, and they're always full, and they're making a lot. I can do really well, and I knew this was a good spot. So anyways, I feel really good about that. And, you know, got some things to still get done. And then my other obstacle is, like, what personal stuff, like, do you actually leave when you're, like, doing that kind of Airbnb kind of thing? So, you know, I would have to figure out, like, how I'm going to do my clothes. If I'm going to go and travel around in a van, do I just take crates of clothes with me? So anyways, I've still got some stuff to figure out. But that is my, you know, my direction that I'm looking in. And because I feel great changes coming this year, and I feel like we're really close. And yesterday I was watching the Trumpster came on. Oh, which, by the way, when he says China virus or whatever like that, it's the Fauci flu. That's what it is. The Fauci flu. And from now on, that's what I'm calling that dude. Fauci. He's a fraud. He's disgusting, and he's killed millions of people. He's oh my God, he's disgusting. Because I've already lived through his bullshit with AIDS, and he's disgusting. Anyways, so I feel like, so when I was watching Trump's thing, and I really was taken out of it, like, oh my gosh, he is really like the Tim Robbins, he's the motivational CEO of the movement of freedom. They're like, whatever you want to think about the white hats or whoever is behind the scenes trying to take down the cabal, that he's like the figurehead. He's like the what is that thing called when the football team has they got the cheerleaders, but they've got the guy who comes out who represents it. Like, I'm surprised they don't have him wearing a flag suit. But he's got to be respectful and stuff. But he's the, what is that thing called? I keep wanting to say Maynard D. It's not the Maynard D. It'll come to me. But you know what I mean? It's that one that represents the team. It's the whatever, the Viking, whatever you are. Like, if you're the Vikings, he's the one that comes out that's the little Viking. That is what he is. He's the figurehead of the movement for freedom, for humanity. And so in his things, he says mostly all the same stuff he's always said. It's not like anything new. He goes through all the stuff that's that's being shown, that's not being shown. And so I don't know how long they can hold it. What I was getting from that for sure, because he said, it's like barely over 20% of people support Joe Blow. And that, so that, because Juana's always talking about that 81%, we had to be to 81%, and for people to be on the side of, this side. And so when he said that about the 20%, I thought, okay, that's a little drop right there. He's letting us know, it's moving. But when the things he was saying, I kept thinking, oh, he's talking to like the newbies. He's talking to the people who just figured out, like, wait a minute, he's not the bad guy. He's there for us. He's really trying to help us. Because it seemed a lot like he was really talking to them, in which there's got to be a lot. I mean, there was 25 miles, the line to get there. 25 miles. People waited in a line for 25 miles. And the crowds went all the way back. So far, they're saying the estimate's like 55,000 people showing up. Just when this guy says, hey, I'm going to come out and talk. And all the media, of course. And, he was saying so much stuff. I don't even know how they can... they're experts at twisting stuff, so they'll figure out how to do it, they'll just splice stuff together. But, he was definitely putting a lot of stuff out there, limiting what they can share on CNN without exposing the truth. So, but he was exposing a lot of truth to a lot of people and getting them, and the way he talks, you can tell it's just like pulling them into the present moment. It's like, pay attention. These crowds, is the other guy got these crowds? No, this shows you, don't believe them. They're lying and stuff. And so it gets people to try and like pay attention to what's happening. And but I just feel so much like we're just, the tide's about to turn. Some big stuff I think is going to continue going for the next couple weeks. There's a lot of stuff. He made a lot of points about he put 300 judges in, and we've got all this stuff in court right now. And a lot of the different states are showing that he won, that they said he didn't. And so that, there's a lot of stuff that can change real quick. So, and that's, for all of us who are awake, that's what we're like holding on to. We just want to change in the tide. So, I think we're really close. So I think that things will be turning, and that's, super exciting. It doesn't mean it's going to be, instantly, oh, now we're in, on easy street, and everything's going to be rosy, because there's still a lot that we have to go through in this transition to this new age, because there's so many people who have not even begun to heal. So many people don't even know what's going on at all, And so, Amber, that was a fascinating. That was really fascinating, because really I have not personally talked to very many people who even acknowledge ghosts and the spiritual realm, and the especially when you can see the 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 spirit work in your life, but you can see how it is that negative kind of energy coming at you like that. It's weird, because when I was reading that thing, I was like picturing like a comic book, and the girl, born, and she's here, and all of these different entities know who she is, but she doesn't know who she is, and she's got them all battling, and she can see them, but other people can't see them. They don't understand like what's underneath the skin suit, and it's like you can see through the skin suit, and you have an awareness of things that other people don't have an awareness of. And that's why I was like fascinated by, because a lot of people don't have that. They their awareness of ghosts or spirits, or this influence, is a lot more limited than that. That's why I was saying, I think that you have a lot of stuff to share, because you can see things that other people can't see to a certain depth, to be able to acknowledge that interference in your life and be able to recognize it. My whole thing would be is, that you are stronger, much stronger. It is just a forgotten knowledge of who and what we are. And all of this happening is to trigger us into that awareness. And it's like you have such an awareness of how much they've created influence over your life, or your destiny, or whatever, that it is like you're giving them more power. You are empowering them, like you're acknowledging and empowering them, which is removing the empowerment from you, because you're so like, what are they going to do next? What are they going to do next? They're just fucking with me. They're just fucking with me all the time. And, they're watching me and stuff. But when you stop watching them, when you stop paying attention to them, you take away their power, because their power comes from your acknowledgement, from your awareness. That's how they have power. So, and it could be, that any of these people who are coming in and, doing some of this stuff, that it could be external guidance that's giving them this influence to cause destruction for you. It could be that they are just entities that are there to fuck with you. I don't know. That is like what, a lot of the spiritual stuff is. We're just beginning to really find out about what all of this supernatural world is. Some people don't even have an awareness of it, but you obviously do. And so to me, it just seems like the best thing would be is to just keep pulling your power back into you. And just it's so hard, because when something is happening and it's outside of your control, and that it has like a negative thing behind it, it can feel very much like, what am I going to do? They've got all the power. They can come at me like this. They can take things away from me, and cause me to be isolated and all of that stuff. But when you can, it's kind of like you bear witness to what they are, but also empower yourself, and claim your domain, claim dominion over your destiny, your space, and stuff like that. I think it's gonna be a process that you're gonna have to go through to gain control, especially because, I think a lot of people have this interference, but they don't acknowledge it. And, it kind of, those spirits or that energy or whatever kind of just goes away. But, you know, um, you are acknowledging it, so it kind of gives them, it's like excitement to cause you grief, because remember, a lot of these entities feed off our energy, and their favorite energy is like trauma, grief, sadness. So that is why these controllers keep us in that kind of way of being, because they make trades for technology and stuff for our energy, and we don't even know that they're selling out our energy. So you are you got to take ownership of your energy, I would say, and quit giving them what they are wanting. They want to know that they're fucking with you and they're making you feel bad and they're isolating you and stuff. They want you to do that because they like the taste of you. They like your energy. So, you got to stop giving it to them. They'll die off. They'll get bored of it. Pull it back in. Whatever they do, like that saying, I think Michael is the one who was like, when they go low, you go high, or something like that. Yeah, as low as they go, you just go up higher. Don't let them pull you down in a dark space. Don't let them get what they want. They want you to feel hopeless and helpless. That's what's being sold here in this hell of a place. And they have dominion. They have domain over this space of treachery. There's a lot of them here. They've got a lot of this treachery soldiers, what people call demons or whatever. But a lot of this energy survives here. It's like the blob. It blossoms here. It grows in this kind of energy where we're at, where we're all being like used. But it's just this, it's hell. This is hell. So, I just pull in as much as you can to yourself. Pull in whatever happens, turn it in your mind. Like something happens and it's something that makes you feel defeated, lose a job or whatever. Instead of being like, oh my God, another job. I can't believe this. Oh my God, my life sucks. I can't ever get ahead. Fuck. Instead of go into that energy that they like, that they feed off of, go into the energy of like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Fuck yes, I just lost that job. I'm about to get something great in my life. Something good is about to come and I'm so excited. I'm so open for this. This is the most exciting time of my life. And supercharge your excitement, just go crazy on that. And you'll pull that energy towards you. Right now, they're just influencing your energy. They're fucking with you. And, but you undermine them. They go low, you go high. So turn it around and turn it what's best for you. Get yourself excited. Everything. Start looking at it as a great thing. You guys just took that, but good, because now something better's coming, and just keep on that train. I had heard this tarot lady today. I thought she was really cool. I haven't ever watched her before, I don't think, but maybe I have once or something. But I don't think I've ever seen her before. I think it came on and started doing these, because she starts out with this lunar guidance kind of every day to say what the moon cycle is going to be, which when she was talking about how much that has helped her with her spiritual growth, really tuning into the moon cycles and understanding about moon and nature and stuff. And she's really cool to listen to. But one thing that she said that I thought was really good, it was really profound, that we all need to remember, especially during this time, is that even when you look out at the water, you look out at the pond or the river or sometimes the ocean, and it looks completely still and everything looks peaceful, like nothing's happening. Just remember, right underneath, everything is happening. So there's always stuff happening, even when you can't see what's happening. And, it is just directing what's happening, that energy, in the direction you want it to be. So that is how you influence it, by staying hopeful and excited. So you focus the energy of how you want to guide it, like what I was saying. So when something happens, instead of going and, oh my God, I'm the worst piece of shit. Nobody likes me. Oh God, no wonder nobody likes me. My own mom doesn't even like me. Nobody likes me. My sisters hate me. My brother hates me. And you just start going into this, like, beat yourself up, beat yourself down. I'm telling you, when you do that, you have got a feeding frenzy going of energy. Like, it's kind of gross, but you really have, you're feeding this dark energy. They're just insatiable. They will feed off of everybody, and you're feeding them and making them bigger, like the blob. So when you pull it back and you start, recognizing, like, oh my gosh, this is good. This is good. Everything is good. It's leading me in a new direction. It's leading me on a new path. Thank you, universe, for showing me clearly where I need to go. Thank you for taking away what's not mine, because I don't want this. And I do this all the time, but you need to ask the universe, give me clarity. What is my path? Where are you leading me? What am I doing? Give me clarity. Give me messages, and then be open. Open yourself up to what they're giving you. And, you may find you have some new gifts that you didn't even know, especially right now, as, if it is our DNA opening or chakras opening, like, I don't know, whatever's going on, it is opening our gifts as well. So, you're getting new ones all the time. And so talking to these beings that you, just because you can't see them, you'll start realizing, like, that they're there and you can hear them. And it's just new gifts. You might hear them, you might see things, they might show you pictures, you just get new understandings. Like, a certain scenario happens and you look at it differently. You're getting guidance all the time. So just start opening yourself up and start communicating and asking questions, and participating in that kind of area of your life. But I do think, and I find it fascinating too, how much analogy or metaphor is based on these water concepts, because water is real, and it is what we are, and it's what everything is, and it's all about this plasma and stuff. And recently I've seen a lot of stuff talking about totally different things, but one of them was something, it seemed like it was a science thing or something, and they were talking about the plasma around the moon or something. And see, I just know everything is like is a plasma. It's a density. It's an atmosphere. There's something. It's not just like open space. It is like a plasma kind of stuff, and we're moving through it in a vibration, and we're creating and sparking color and stuff. If you think about too, as a soul, you have like an oversoul. You have your higher self, and who knows how far down the branch that goes to get to your own higher self. But you have an oversoul. That's the soul of your whole group, a whole ton of you. That is under this oversoul. So you have all of these other souls that you are attached to by your oversoul. Like, you are the fractal coming out of there, and all the oversouls are fractals coming out of, it's all fractals coming out of fractals coming out of fractals. And so when you go up to like the oversoul, then you think of it as being like a light, but it's a living light. So it has molecules, particles, and stuff coming out of it. Each of those would be different souls having different experiences, so that you can go in and have multiple experiences. You can be having, you can be talking to somebody where you are from the same oversoul, and you don't have any acknowledgement at all of each other's experience, because you are so focused on yours. That's it's the ability of a consciousness. It's remarkable. Seriously, it's remarkable. And oh, another thing too. Um, Besides that, I had seen this guy. His name is Chris Thrall, and I guess he has a red pill kind of channel, and he is, talks about current stuff. He's kind of like David Rodriguez or something. I think he's British. He sounds, and he says something on his thing about like maybe he's from the British Army or something. So he's like military over in England, and so he's bringing, that perspective. But the thing that I had seen today, the headline that caught me, why I went in to see, was he said that China's unveiling their artificial sun. It's like, that is what I keep saying. They unveiled it. It's here. We have it. And so he is about, and I was like, I wonder if this is like, because I didn't know who he was. I was like, maybe this is, some guy over in South Carolina and he's talking about it. So I wanted to go in and see, like, what is he saying about it? Like, he sees it over there too or what? But it wasn't, it was, he had articles in China about this artificial sun. And this too talked about the plasma and how it can heat up 5 times the amount. So see, that's what I'm saying. There's something different about the heat that comes out of this. It's very centered. It's just like taking like when people would hold those magnifying glasses with the sun going through it, and they'd sit there and like pop ants or something, and just boom, boom, boom. Little kids are all warped. Those little science kids with their magnifying glasses. Come here, kids, watch what I can do. I'll be like, we're all over there whittling, riding our bikes. Let's go see. This guy's popping ants. But that is what this thing does, It is very centralized. It's very, it's something with the heat. And I know something with the light too, because it does something to your eyes. And they don't have it high enough because it's not above us. You have to look out to see it. It doesn't make any sense. When I grew up with the sun being above me, especially growing up in the South. I mean, the sun was always there. It was always there. We didn't always have clouds. We had a sun, though. But there would be clouds, but that was back in the day when, you didn't have several cloud systems occurring at once. There was like a specific one. And they would have like, it would go through the motions. You'd have the fluffy ones, and then they would fill up, and then they would rain, and then they go back to fluffy. Like, I don't know what they got going on now. I think a lot of it is just so much chemicals. I mean, seriously, our fucking sky is pink. The other day, the illumination disc was out way over there, it's always way over there. I think it's kind of like they have it by the ocean, really. And since I'm close to the ocean, I can see it, but I got to look out that way. And it's right over Bellingham. Like, I swear to God, I think those people are getting cooked. I don't know what the hell. And that would be going the whole coast. So I don't know. I don't know how this thing works. I know it moves in mysterious ways. But yeah, I think that it is kind of like over more by the ocean. And I don't know what it's going to take for people to see, but I didn't watch this whole thing, but, they've put this artificial sun out. And it is crazy because I kept thinking, is it part of like our awakening to just see, like, we've been told things are a certain way, so that's what we see. But when we are waking up, we start seeing, oh, wait, that's not what it looks like. Wait, that's not. So then I start being like, well, has it always been an artificial sun? And I used to think it was real because I used to believe what I was told. Like, what the hell is going on? I don't know. There's a lot we're gonna find out, though. It's nuts. It's nuts. But anyways, basically, I think, that whole thing with the judging and stuff yesterday, and just seeing how everybody just jumped right on it. It was, oh my God, going to get the t-shirts and stuff. Like, they're all into it. And it's a huge distraction, and it's a huge way to keep ourselves stagnant in our own growth, We don't want to be the kind of people who make fun of other people. We don't want to be the kind of people who just, and then plus, the people who just want to go out and expose so much garbage. Like, oh my God, like they think they're putting the other ones down, but really, when you can see through this stuff, you're putting yourself down. You're the whole situation. It's just, but, you know, that's the sickness of social media. Oh, and a quick update too on my daughter. So I talked to my daughter yesterday, and she's doing really, really good. I'm so excited for her because, you know, I knew she was a good artist. We come from a family of, you know, like almost every single woman in our family has a lot of artistic talent. And I think the only ones who don't is just because they don't go into it and try. Like one of my daughters, who's like Miss Perfect about everything, she doesn't really want to, um, because it's competition and she wants to be the best at everything. So she's just like, I can't do that. But I think she could. But because this daughter also, she used to do that all the time. I can't do it. I'm not good. I'm not good. And she's real good, really good. Like she's got so many people who want to buy her paintings and stuff. So she's got a lot of networking going. She's got a lot of stuff going on with her art and stuff. So that was really good. She's got, it just sounded like everything was really going in a good direction for her, you know, and she took control. She was miserable. She hates me. She hated being here. Everything was a fucking trigger for her. And, you know, and she was in a dark place in her life. And she had to take control of it and be like, you know, I need to make a change. I need to do something different. And it seems to be going in a good direction. You know, she's going to have lessons because she hasn't seen the truth yet. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that she's still going to have to grow. But I think she's going to be in a strong, you know, she's going to have a strong root system when the wind comes in. And she's going to be able to bounce back. So that's really, you know, exciting. So I'm really happy with that because that's the main thing for everybody. Everybody has to be not only in a physically strong place, but an emotionally strong place. And another thing that woman was talking about this morning in that tarot read with the lunar cycles and stuff, that she was saying, you know, I'll say trigger, but she was saying pushed buttons. You know, I thought it was so perfect. She said, because, you know, when somebody's pushing your buttons, they're your buttons. You know, it's your buttons. Who's going to turn them off? It's you. So it is you getting control of you. And that is what all of this stuff is about. And I thought, oh, that was so perfect because, you know, people think, oh, they're triggered. It's because you've done something wrong. You're wrong. They don't realize, no, your buttons were just pushed because there's something you need to heal. And then this is your opportunity to look at it. So I just thought that was really cool. But anyways, that was just, I'll probably come back because it really is super early. And I really wanted, those were some stuff that I really wanted to say, you know, talk about this morning. But I feel like this day is just getting started. Like it's, well, it's almost 7 now. But still, sometimes each day just feels like, you know, like it's an excitement. You don't know what's going to happen. Like, you kind of got to get excited because legitimately it is basically every day is the same. But maybe I will find a new show that will be really good. I don't know. There was some good ones yesterday, though. It was really fun the day that I found those really old Lifetime ones. But it really showed, like, what things used to be like, you know, and what we used to look at and how things have changed. And, you know, all those British, I really like them because it is deeper. The stuff they talk about is deeper. There's a lot of American stuff is just shallow. So shallow. There was a really cool thing too on one of those shows, the one where there's a lot of cheating, a lot of looking at you know, looking at it a lot deeper. But there was a lot of talk about when the family's breaking up and how it is the responsibility of the parent who is the cheater to be honest with the kids, you know. You don't just go in and say, yep, we're breaking up now, it's over. The parent who's a cheater needs to go in and say, like, hey, I fell in love with someone else. I'm sorry. This is my fault. And take responsibility because so many kids go out of these relationships or out of these families and feel like they've done something wrong and they carry that with them forever. And I was just like, it's so true. And there was another really cool thing too this woman did, and it was the grandma trying to help the little boy because he was so confused, you know. I mean, he's out a happy family one minute because kids are a lot more accepting of fighting than, you know, I mean, they cringe on it and they'll hang on every word, but, you know, if it stops, they just go back to playing. And so, you know, this boy was confused by a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff going on. And the grandma did this cool thing, and she was like helping him to, it was like a meditation. She went in and she had him close his eyes, and she was having him go through this stuff, and it was like he was finding the demon or the monster that was bothering him, and then putting it in a box, like taking his problems, putting him in a box, and then went and put the box in the drawer in his dresser, and that any time when he wanted to deal with it, he could come and bring him out, and you know, but he had control over it. And I was like, that is really cool, you know. The more that we could teach kids, because that's where we make our change for the direction of humanity, is how we teach our children. And we teach by how we behave. And so many people, that has been the hypocrisy of this world. You know, I'm going to go to church on Sunday, pretend like I'm a good person, I'm going to go home and beat my wife and kids. That is, we were teaching that mentality. We were teaching a fucked up society. So I got to go help her get off the couch. Anyways, that's enough for now. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.